Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about my high-end makeup picks for the Ultimate Starter Kit. So you're just starting into makeup. Maybe that's you. Maybe you've been using makeup for a long time. Maybe you want to start a professional kit. These are my picks. Should you walk into Sephora today or Ulta today, I'm not going to be including anything other than what you could purchase in the store at either Sephora or Ulta. I wanted to keep this where you could literally take this video, walk yourself to either one of those stores, maybe not walk, that would take a very long time, and buy yourself the Ultimate Makeup Starter Kit. These are all of my picks, things that I love and recommend. We're going to start with primer. I have chosen the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. For me, a primer, what I want out of a primer is I want it to camouflage my pores, fill in my pores so that my foundation goes on smoothly, looks smooth. You can't see my pores. Like, I don't want anything settling into that and emphasizing it, so I'd like it to be a pore filler. I'd also like it to smooth out my overall skin texture. Not every day of the month or of the year your skin is perfectly smooth. And I love this primer because it not only fills in my pores, but it evens out my texture. The consistency of this primer, it doesn't feel silicone-y, it's not heavy, it's lightweight. I don't want a heavy primer because I'm going to go in with a bunch of makeup, so I don't want to start off heavy. Foundation, this was easy for me because this is one of my all-time favorites. I absolutely enjoy it for several reasons. Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. I do have an entire video dedicated to this if you'd like to watch that review on it, but I'll just give you the short version of it. It has SPF of 15 in it. It's a water-based foundation, so it has a dropper. It's very lightweight. I love this foundation in the spring, summer, hotter months time of the year because it gives you the coverage without ever looking like makeup or cakey. The finish on it is absolutely beautiful. It looks like skin. It does not look like makeup. It is car mirror approved. That is my test for foundation. If I'm sitting in the car and I put down the mirror and I look in the mirror and I'm like, ugh. So when I flip down the mirror, I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. That's what I'm going for with this. There's a nice shade range on this. I'm in the shade light neutral for a shade reference. I'd say it's like, you could do light coverage with this. I'd say you could definitely build it up to full though as well. It's got a nice range on it and it wears really well throughout the day. Concealer. So here's my thing with concealer. If you're going to do a lighter foundation, like just an all-around lighter foundation, whether it's a tinted moisturizer or just put a little bit of foundation on, like a lighter coverage, you don't want a full coverage concealer in conjunction with a light coverage foundation because then your under eyes are going to be like, bam, and the rest of your face is it's just going to look weird. You know, it's not going to look right. So I have one concealer in my drawer right now, and it's the only one that I'm using, and I do enjoy it. But on those lighter coverage days, I either don't use this or I just take my foundation up underneath my eyes because this is too full of coverage. But if you love that full coverage, Tarte Shape Tape. I really enjoy this. This is very full coverage. I have heard and seen people here on YouTube who have drier under eyes say that they can't use this underneath. And today I'm sick and I keep spraying like Fix Plus time and time again, and I can see what they're saying. I took this all the way up underneath my eyes, which are a little drier today because I've been blowing my nose and not, cold. You have a cold, and I can see underneath here it is a little bit drier. I did set this. You have to set this because it is fuller coverage or it will start to crease. Within minutes, it'll just start to look bad. So you do need to set this. This is my recommendation for a fuller coverage concealer. It's the only one that I have right now, but I don't think you would be disappointed with this. You can spot conceal with this concealer as well. Just make sure that you're buying a shade that is your skin color and not a lighter shade that you would use underneath your eyes. I cannot do my makeup without a beauty blender. Highly recommend having a beauty blender in your collection. I've tried a bunch of other brands, a bunch of knockoffs. They just don't feel the same. They don't bounce the same. I just really like the original. And that's not me being snobby. It's just, if it doesn't give the same effect, if the tool doesn't work the same, then it's not the same. I love the Beauty Blender. It comes in lots of different colors if you prefer a color. This is the Pro one. I actually like the black because it doesn't show how dirty it actually is. I like to blend my concealer out with this. I like to take a dampened sponge after I even use a brush to apply my foundation and just like smush everything into my skin. It really gets rid of any harsh lines. It gets rid of any foundation that didn't really get blended in with a brush because that can happen, especially if your brush is dirty because you're just dragging around foundation on top of skin and it doesn't really blend in. I love the Beauty Blender. I just think you absolutely need to have one of these in your collection. You're looking for a matte bronzer. You want to do like all over bronzing and you just want it to be matte. Highly recommend the Bobbi Brown. This is the shade Golden Light. There are several different shades to choose from depending on your skin tone. This never looks orange. It never looks unnatural. It always looks bronzed in a very beautiful, natural way. Not natural like you can't see it, but natural like you've been getting some sun. You look great. I love her bronzers, blends well, beautiful, you cannot go wrong with that. This was the first ever bronzer I bought, was her Bobbi Brown bronzer, and this is my second one. If you want something that has a little bit more of a sheen to it, I love the packaging, but I love this product. This product, the actual like consistency of it and the performance of it and how it's just the product itself blends like a dream. Just so effortless. It's the Hourglass bronzer. This is the shade Luminous Bronze Light. There is a darker one, and I can't remember if they added more shades to this or not, but this is great if you're all the way up to like even a medium skin tone. I mean, depends how much, you know, how much pigmentation you have in your skin. You might need to go with the darker one, but I love this bronzer. I love the marbled effect. It is blended with their ambient lighting powders, which are made to create different types of light on your skin. It's just so gorgeous. It's effortless. The package is beautiful. Will highly recommend this one. I love this next highlighter. Every time I wear it, I get compliments. It looks so beautifully glowy, and it really mimics healthy skin. It really mimics like, you look great today. Like, what are you eating? What are you doing? Like, it just makes your skin look that good. It's not like, oh, what highlighter are you wearing? It's more of like, man, you look fabulous today. It's the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder. It's not matte. They just titled it that. It has the most beautiful glow on your face. It never looks made up. It never looks overdone. If you have fine lines, if you have older skin, if you have more mature skin, I just feel like no matter what kind of skin you have, this doesn't emphasize pores. It doesn't emphasize imperfections. And I can tell you, I have freckling, I have imperfections, I have pores, I get breakouts, I got all that going on. This is the highlighter I wear when my skin is less than perfect, which is a lot, okay? I like to pretend that it's, you know, all perfect. It's not, okay? But if you have any of those things going on and you don't like to use highlighter because you feel like it emphasizes your imperfections and that's an insecurity for you, use something like this. It's not going to spotlight it. It's just so gorgeous. The other one that I like, which is kind of like a step up from, like a step more glowy than the Laura Mercier, is the Hourglass. This is the Hourglass Strobe Lighting Powder in the shade Brilliant Strobe Light. Now this comes in different colors. This happens to be the most bright of them all. There's one that has a little bit more beige, a little bit more golden, and I believe a little bit more pink. This one is the most bright. This one's brilliant. So this one, if you are a deeper skin tone, I think would not work the best for you. Go towards either the beige or the peach. If you're more fair, I think this would look beautiful. Okay, so you're not even going to be able to see those swatches, but they're both equally just that glow from within. And because I myself have freckling, I often have breakouts and just texture and imperfections and all that kind of thing. When I put a really banging, beautiful highlighter on, like you swatch it on your arm and it looks so great, but then you put it on your face and you have texture and imperfection, it just made it look 10,000 times worse. And so I can tell you from experience, from one girl to another, these two highlighters do not emphasize any sort of imperfections you may have in your skin, which is why I love them. They're more of a lit from within type of highlighter, and that's like my favorite. Another tool I think you need is an eyelash curler. This is the one from Tarte. I like this one. I feel like it really works well for my particular eye shape. I have almond shaped eyes, but they're pretty rounded like this, so some of the eyelash curlers are too straight this way, so they don't grab like my inner and outer lashes. This one's curved really nicely for my eye shape, so if you have an eye shape similar to mine, I can tell you that this one works really nicely. I like the hinge on this too. I've had like the Tweezerman one and I've had a few drugstore ones, but I really like the spring action to the Tarte eyelash curler. And I'll tell you what, an eyelash curler is a must-have because then your mascara doesn't have to work so hard to hold a curl. Eyebrows, the Anastasia Brow Wiz, or the definer. I'm choosing the Brow Wiz because it's a little bit more universal, a little bit more user-friendly because it comes to a point rather than it be a pencil that's slanted. I love the Brow Wiz. It never lets me down. It really, truly creates the look of fake hairs. I don't naturally have all this going on. When I don't have my makeup on, my brows are barely there. So I really have to draw my brows on. And I like to do that with either the definer or the Brow Wiz because I find it really creates and mimics a natural brow. It doesn't look fake. It doesn't look made up. I love the spoolie on the end of the Brow Wiz. I don't know what it is about this spoolie. I don't know if it's the texture, if it's how short and together the bristles are, but it really pulls the product through your hair so well that it looks very natural. And a good spoolie is key to having really great looking brows. Blushes. Okay, I have 2 blushes. I originally chose one, and I'm like, you know what, I gotta include my all-time favorite NARS blush. So we'll start with that. It's Oasis. It's in it. This one is in a particular one's in a duo. Sometimes they do releases of a blush with the Laguna bronzer, which is a good deal because you actually get more product in here than you do in a single blush pan. I don't know why, but it's a few dollars more. It's worth buying. But this is Oasis. It's a sparkling champagne berry. Don't worry about the word sparkle. It does not show up like glitter on your cheeks. It's just the most beautiful berry blush ever. And I can tell you a berry blush is a must-have in your collection because it really mimics a natural flush. It's so complimentary. It's a little bit of color, not too much color because of the berry undertones in it. It gives you the life to your skin, but with the depth, you're getting that contoured, sculpted cheek look, which I think is also important in a blush. That's why it's my favorite. The other blush formulation that I love, and it's no surprise, it's another Hourglass formulation. You can see a theme. I like the formula of Hourglass powder products. This is the blush. There's several different shades. This one's called Diffused Heat. This is their ambient lighting blushes. They also have the ambient strobe lighting blushes now, which are mixed with the strobe powders, which is this. And they're a little bit more of a sheen to the cheeks. But these blushes are absolutely, hands down, gorgeous. I always explain these that it's like a blush that comes from within versus a blush that comes from the outside. Blends into your skin effortlessly, looks very natural on the cheeks. They have a great color range, you know, from your pinks to your corals to some nudes. I love these. Ow. Ugh. Alright, and my favorite category, lips. And you know I couldn't have chosen just one, so I have a few. I think one of the best nude lip liners that is sold at Sephora is the Estee Lauder Nude Lip Liner. I love the formulation, and that's why I'm choosing this. Now, there are other nude colors in Sephora. Don't worry, there's lots of colors to choose from. But I like the shade of this nude. It's not a cool toned nude. It's not a dark nude. It's just a great nude. For me, myself, my natural lip color is very pigmented. So some of the nude lip liners that I own really don't even show up, or they're too bright. They just don't look quite right. This one does. Let me give you a swatch. Well, I've kind of used up on my arm here. Give you a little swatch here. It's a nice nude color. Like, you could wear that all by itself. It's not too brown. It's not too peach. It's just a really nice nude color. And this Estee Lauder Double Wear formulation legit stays on. Love that. Another equally awesome formulation is the Lancome lip liners. You can't go wrong with Lancome. Natural Mauve is another favorite, actually. But I chose Ideal because it's a little bit darker. And this can take you in a lot of different directions as well. So you could wear this with a nude color. You could wear it with a red color, a berry color. When you have a nude and then you have a darker color, I mean, you can go a lot of directions. I'd say the only other color that you'd for sure need is a red lip liner. But if you have a nude, you have a darker color and a red, you can go pretty far. I mean, once you start branching into, you know, like pinky, purple lips, maybe you'd want to get a pink liner, but really, I mean, you have this Ideal, you have a nude, you're pretty set. I'm going to start with a more sheer formulation of a lipstick because not everybody is into lipstick and not everybody is into a really opaque situation. So my favorite, well, one of my favorite lipstick formulas, period, that is more sheer to buildable is the Dior Addict line. I really like the color range. They're so comfortable. The packaging is divine. Worth every penny. These go on sheer, but you can build up the color. So if you want to try a darker color, but you're like, man, I don't want to do a super opaque dark lip, try a sheer formulation. This is the color Fashion Night. More of a sheer berry plum color with a little bit of a shimmer. You guys, it is so good. So good. Comfortable formula. It really hugs the lips nicely, and that's why I like it, because it's not a sheer, not all sheer formulas are good. A lot of sheer formulas are sheer, and they don't stay. This hugs your lips, so it's sheer but it stays, which gives you that very glossy, sexy, pouty look. If you're looking for a stain, the YSL Glossy Stains are bomb. I have a few different colors. This is the shade 107, which is kind of like a pretty rose color. So it's called a glossy stain. So it's going to stain your lips, give you color, and stay glossy, and it really does. You can eat food with this, the whole 9 yards. So if you're looking for something that you want to stick around for a while, these are beautiful. So that's number 107. It's like a nice little just basically like a mauve color, but it has a little bit more rustiness to it. They're very, very lovely. It'll stay glossy just like that. When I go to wipe this off later, it will stain your arm. It's just beautiful. So maybe you're looking for an all-in-one situation. We're moving on into something that's a little bit more pigmented. Definitely a lipstick formulation, but you don't want it to be matte. These are new. These are the latest from the Dior line, the Dior Addict line. So these are their lacquer sticks. This is the shade Turn Me Dior. They have several other shades, but this is a gorgeous, gorgeous raspberry red color. This is going to give you color, it's going to give you shine, and it's going to give your lips that glossy, absolutely juicy look. It stays super opaque and glossy throughout the time that you're wearing it. I even was drinking stuff while wearing this, and it still looked fabulous on. So I'm really in love with this formula anyways, but now that they have an opaque version and it's glossy, sign me up. So maybe you hate lipstick. Maybe that's just not your jam. A gloss formulation that is absolutely beautiful. Highly recommend checking out. They have a lot of nice colors and they're all nudes. So for those of you who are nude lovers, you're going to love this. The Bare Minerals Gen Nude line. So buttery. Just really buttery on the lips, not sticky, comfortable. This is the shade Sugar, which is going to be kind of like that mauve tone. They have some more nude ones, peachier ones. They even have some darker tones than this. Opaque. So you can wear this over a liner and you're still going to get some color. Not super sheer. Now you could apply it and just, you know, use one application and make it more sheer if you wanted, but I think a gloss with a little bit of color is nice because then, I mean, if you just wanted clear, you could just put on, I don't know, Vaseline for goodness sake. So I like a little pigment in my gloss, so that is wonderful. Say you want something matte. A matte lipstick that is not uncomfortable, it's not drying, it's long wearing, it's really beautiful, is this Buxom line. This is the Bold Gel lipstick, and they have a matte formulation, and then they have a satin formulation. So if you want to try that one as well, if you're just looking for a more opaque lipstick, that is another option. But this one, this color is my favorite. I personally, if I'm going to do a matte lip, I really like it to have some pigment to it. And I really love a bold, matte red lip. I think that is just classic. I love to see that on the red carpet. I just think it screams classic, elegant woman. It's just beautiful. So this is the shade Red Inferno. There are several different red shades. This one has a little bit more of a blue undertone, so it's going to make your teeth look whiter. It's really just going to add some life to your face. If you have a warmer skin tone, you're going to look awesome in an orangier undertone red. I can kind of do both, but I love this color. This color just screams Mad Men to me. It's a very comfortable matte. It's not drying. It doesn't settle into, like, I don't know about you, but my lips are not young anymore. Like, I'm not old, but I'm not, you know, 25 anymore. And when I wear matte lipsticks, if it's too drying, all of a sudden you see every single line in my lip. In the lipstick, it looks gross. I need to take it off. My lips look chunky and flaky, and none of that needs to happen on my lip, only in my cereal bowl. Liquid lips. So this has been a trend here on YouTube for a while and just kind of in the makeup world in general. And I have two formulations I enjoy. I don't mind the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. They are more drying than this other one I'm going to show you, but there's some pretty colors in her liquid lipstick line. Just some really gorgeous, I mean, they have some funky, funky colors. This is the shade Mother. And the other one I have that I like by her is a lighter pink. These are cool packaging. These do dry completely matte. But this Mother shade is really a beautiful rosy pink. A little bit of a brighter rosy pink. Really pretty. Oh, I love it. And then the other one that I really like is the Stila. The Stay All Day liquid lips. This is the shade Bocce. I also like the shade Patina. Beso is a beautiful red. There's some nice colors in this Stila line too. This one's kind of that grayish mauve trend, which actually this is a very sexy color on. With the right outfit and the right eye makeup, this color is really sexy on. So if you buy all this stuff, you're going to have a freaking bomb makeup kit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I mean, seriously, this is like the ultimate starter kit right here. Nothing else that you would need. That's not true, because you're going to start here and you're going to be like, now I need this, and I need this, and I need this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, you know the drill. Give me some love, thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed. Please stay around. We'd love to have you here. It helps out my channel so much when you guys interact with me here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will chat very soon. Bye, guys.